Right, so welcome to my channel. So I have got another channel on YouTube, which is also Van Brewing, but for the last few years I've become quite a keen collector of vinyls. I'm a big lover of my music. Obviously I've always known about vinyls over the years, but someone I used to know like quite a few years ago got a record player, started buying different vinyls, and I don't know, there's something about playing a vinyl that's completely different to how you normally listen to music by downloading it, Spotify and that kind of thing. And it's just that thought of actually being able to go into a shop or a record shop or wherever and just picking up a vinyl, taking it out of its sleeve and playing it. So I'm going to do a bit of a video on my collection, what I've got so far. I have got a growing collection. Obviously I've been buying them a lot more just recently. I did have a few vinyls a few years ago. I stopped buying them for a little while because I used to have an old record player like quite a few years ago, which really I suppose you could class as an antique. It was that old. But I'm gonna basically show you my vinyl collection as it is now, building up. As I say, I do buy vinyls quite often, but I only tend to buy stuff what I actually like, stuff what I know I'm going to listen to. So yeah, first off, I'm going to say I'm a huge Beatles fan, my favourite band. So I'm going to go off the records what I've got at the minute. I'm not going to go alphabetical order or anything like that. I'm just going to start off by what I've got, and then, yeah, we'll get straight into it. So, first one straight off was one of my most recent vinyls, sets. I actually bought this just the other month. Now, if you're from the UK, you'll be familiar with the shop HMV. I went in there and I actually picked up that. So, it is actually a 5 vinyl set. So obviously, yeah, it's late B if you want to, sure. But on it, it's got a new mix of the original album. It's got Get Back Apple Sessions, Get Back Rehearsals and Apple Jams, Get Back LP 1969 Glyn Johns Mix, and it's got Late B EP. So in with this, you do actually get a 100-page hardback book. Oh, don't want to lose them. So you get a book. It's got all different pictures in, some writing in it, a little bit of all sorts. I haven't actually read that yet. So you get that. Then you actually get the Late B vinyl itself, which just comes in the black sleeve and just what you'd expect, just the apple on both sides. Great album, absolutely do love this album. Some great tunes on it. One of the first songs that I ever actually heard off this album was Two of Us, which I know a lot of people, one of the first songs they'd probably hear would be Late B, but obviously I heard it was before. And obviously discovering the Beatles when I did, yeah, favourite band. There's also this one that comes with it. So this has got Get Back with Don't Let Me Down, 12 other songs on it. Stereo. Say again, great songs on it. This one actually comes, it's not much different. Comes in a white envelope, again just plain black vinyl with the apple on both sides. So yeah, you get that one as well, and then you actually get the Apple Sessions and Rehearsals, Apple and Jams. Now this is actually, obviously it's got pictures on the inside as well. Again, both in black sleeves, but this one's actually got green apple on it. Just plain black vinyl. Same with the other side, I think. I haven't actually taken these out yet, but yeah, same on that side. Just like I say, just green around the middle. And then there's this one that comes with it. Black sleeve, black case, again, just the apple on both sides. And just a plain black vinyl on that one again, which is quite sort of typical for the Beatles vinyls. So, as I say, I'm a big Beatles fan. I'll say favourite band, so I have got a few of theirs. But again, I'm just going to go through the order that I've got them in. So next one is actually this one. Classic album, Fleetwood Mac, second favourite band. I actually bought this a couple of months ago. I discovered a few of these songs, a few of the songs of Fleetwood Mac a few years ago. And they just become such a I don't know how to explain it, like just the songs, what they do, it's just the mood it puts you in. It's definitely one that can set you up for the day. So again, plain black vinyl with that, just the normal, like the palm trees on the front. Again, this was obviously a reissue. I actually bought this from, again, HMV music shop. Well, obviously they do a mix of stuff in there, but they do like a 2 for £40 kind of thing, 2 vinyls. Again, like I say, one song I do love, and it's Dreams. I think a lot of people love that one. The Chain, quite a classic song. Love it, the bass line in it, just famous bass line. But one other song that I do quite like on this album is Songbird. Now obviously Christine McVie, who was one of the lead singers of Fleetwood Mac, obviously passed away, I think it was earlier this year. Great voice, did some great songs. And yeah, Fleetwood Mac, just absolutely, I just love the music. It's always been one that's been quite close to me. Going on to something else. So again, like I say, I've got quite a big different range of music. I like a mix. This one again, bought as a reissue. This was from HMV. Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. So I actually picked this one up because I quite like a lot of 80s rock, classic rock. Outside my music, obviously, it's completely different. But again, on this album, great songs, The Trooper, Flight of Icarus, you know, just a great album. I say I love a mix of music. Again, it's gatefold, so it's got the lyrics on the inside. And then it's got a picture of the band there. This was actually, if I remember right, this is actually just, I'm not sure this is just one vinyl, but it's quite a thick case. So on this one, it is quite a thick vinyl, to be fair. Again, I don't know if you can see that, it's upside down. Basically a picture of a brain. But yeah, plain black vinyl, again, great album. Just love the music. Like I say, again, the bass line on it, just everything about the band. It's got a bit bright. So yeah, I'm quite a fan of Iron Maiden. Again, British band. It's not just because they're British or anything like that. It's just my preferences. But I do always prefer to keep them in sleeves. Just takes it a lot more better. Now, next one, I recently bought, literally only the other day, a band that I do quite enjoy. I love the rhythm of them. Very quite bluesy, if that's even a word. The Black Keys, Dropout Boogie. It's not a very old album. 2022 is saying on it. But again, the music that they do, 2-man band, just it's something about the rhythm of them. I love them. They're great. Right, so this one comes in a white sleeve. So as you can see, it is just a plain black vinyl. I won't take it out, but obviously, as you can see on that side, there's a little bit of outwear there. and then it's different on the other side. So it's like the song's written on a piece of paper in the middle. So again, I like quite a lot of these songs. Their songs, I actually discovered these a few years ago. And something else in there. Pink slip. Didn't see that. Actually comes in the case. So yeah, I actually discovered these a few years ago. One of their songs was actually on Sons of Anarchy TV show. Again, obviously, if you've never seen it, obviously, I do quite like that show. And I first discovered one of their songs on there, and it's that distorted kind of sound that they have. And it's rare if you find a band like the Black Keys now, with that kind of rhythm to them. Great band. Again, if you like anything like that, I recommend buying it. Another one that I bought recently, in the 240, Hateful Hollow, the Smiths. So again, band really big and popular in the 90s scene, Manchester scene, over in UK. Really made a name for themselves. This one I haven't actually taken out the envelope yet. This one obviously it's brand new, but I'm going to guess it's just a black vinyl. I've not had a chance to look at it, but great songs again. What difference does it make? This charming man. Just yeah, just great band. I know it's not to everybody's taste, but to me, I quite like them. I enjoy listening to them. So that's another one. As I say, I've got a big taste in music, and you'll notice it as I go through it. So let's go on to the next vinyl. So next one, I actually got bought these as a present a few years ago. Again, as I said, big Beatles fan. So the Beatles, Rock and Roll Music Volume 2. So this one has got a lot of the classics on it. Dizzy Miss Lizzie, Anytime at All, Drive My Car. All their tunes on there. Now this is a black vinyl, and I think it is just the apple on the middle, so it's nothing too special about this one. But again, some great songs in there. It's a mix of music. And yeah, I just love that band. I've been to Liverpool twice to do the Beatles tour, the Magical Mystery Tour, and all that. And just the atmosphere, it's just great. I love it. But as I say, it's not to everybody's taste, but it's my taste, it's my preference. So on to the next one. Second favourite band, Fleetwood Mac. This, for me, was a must-buy album as well. Tango in the Night. I don't know if you can see that properly. Great album. I actually discovered these a few years ago. One of the first songs that I did actually hear of these was Seven Wonders. I got into the TV show American Horror Story. My sister told me about it. I watched it, watched Coven, and I heard Seven Wonders at the end. I heard that song, and I started listening to more of Fleetwood Mac, and just become such a big band to me. Just yeah, I can't put it into words. But this one, from what I remember, is a black vinyl. It's the same as Rumours album. Now this one is quite recently bought. Again, Beatles. Now this, Abbey Road, fantastic album. This is actually a first press. I managed to get hold of on eBay. I think for about 50 quid, something like that. It's just something about getting a first press that's something quite special, because you know it's a rare thing you're not always going to get to have in your life. Again, plain black vinyl with the apple on both sides. Now, I haven't actually played this one yet, but from what I know, the vinyl, I think it is slightly worn. But again, for the age, it's to be expected. Even if I can't play it, I could always maybe still frame it or something like that, or to keep it in the sleeve. As I say, how often are you going to be able to get a first press vinyl of the Beatles, like, pretty cheap? And I know you can pick them up fairly cheap, but for me, it's become a bit of a thing just recently, the first press. it's just one of those where it's like, yeah, I've got to own one. So on to the next one. This is actually the other part, Volume 1, Beatles Rock and Roll Music. Again, it will be a black vinyl, black for the Apple. Again, this has got all great songs in it, Twist and Shout, I Saw Her Standing There, Long Tall Sally, Rock and Roll Music, Money That's What I Want. So this was a lot of the, as I say, rock and roll kind of stuff. A lot of it was covers, but again, they did their own take on it, and it was great. I say, that was actually given as a present with Volume 2. Great tunes on there again, brilliant. Another one, again, that is another first press, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Now, to me, I really do like this album. I've never been able to actually pick out a favourite album by the Beatles. Like, you get asked, when you get asked who's your favourite Beatle, to me, I love them all. Like, just even the solo work, you know, George Harrison, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Ringo. But there's some great tunes on this one as well. I say, Little Help From My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Getting Better. And one song that I do quite enjoy on this one is actually Fixing a Hole. There's something about George Harrison's guitar backing on it. Now, I have actually played this one. Now, when I got it, again, it was off eBay. Obviously, to be expected like that. Now, obviously, in the other sleeve, obviously, there isn't all the little bits to it. You're not, I know in some of them, you get like the look like card cutouts and that kind of thing, and like the badges, and I think it's Benefit of Mr. Kite. Obviously, that didn't come with it. Obviously, pink and white sleeve. Now, like I say, I have actually played this, and surprisingly, now on this, as you can see, gold Parlophone label, made in Great Britain on the vinyl. Now, it is quite worn, this vinyl, but I have played it, and to say, for the age of it and how worn it is, it plays really good. There's the odd little crackles and pops on it, but in all fairness, for an album that kind of old, and obviously it cost me, I think it was £85, something like that, but for vinyl that age, plays really well. So I was well over the moon with that. And obviously, hopefully, I'm going to get a lot more plays out of it, but even if not, at least I can say I've got a first press edition of Sgt. Pepper. Great album. Like I say, the artwork on it as well. Like I say, all the different famous faces on it. Half of them I don't even know. I won't even be able to tell you half of them. Apart from Bob Dylan. But yeah, another great album. Definitely one to add to the collection, a rarity. Next one is Help by the Beatles again. So I actually looked this up. This, from what I know, is a 7th press. It is a black vinyl, but obviously in the middle it's got the silver Parlophone label on it. I thought this was a rare vinyl up until the other week, but I think this was a reissue from about 1980, PCS 3071. I've looked it up, it's no too special, but great album again. Also did a film on it as well, brilliant film. Quite a lot of comedy in it as well, classic. But yeah, another really good album. Do love that one. It's quite an enjoyable album. On to the next one. So I actually bought this a few years ago. A guy used to own a little vinyl store in the local town, in a little precinct. I just had to pick this one up. Paul McCartney. Again, love a lot of solo work. All the best. Stuff what he did solo, what he's done with Wings, just brilliant. Like I say, there's actually 4 discs to it. Well, 4 sides to it. but it's, again, great songs on it. You know, Jet, Band on the Run, Ebony and Ivory, Say, another great one. It's got all the pictures inside. From what I can remember, if I remember correct, now obviously the sleeves actually have all the lyrics on both sides. This is actually a black vinyl again, quite thin on this one, but just Paul McCartney written over it in the name of his songs. Again, great album. I did actually own a couple of his solo albums. I think it was when he was with Wings. I can't remember what happened to them. I think I had them for a little while, and I think I sold some of them on when I was, when obviously I wasn't buying vinyls. I went through a phase where I was buying them, but then I sort of went off them, but it's just been sort of recently where I've started to want to build my collection back up. Again, onto solo work. So this one again, John Lennon, Imagine, great album. There was actually a film on it, well, not a film, more like a documentary. This one actually comes with a poster to it, which I've never framed because I've always wanted to keep it in its place, keep it with the vinyl. Quite a big poster, want to be careful of it, but as you can see, playing his white piano, would have probably been singing Imagine on that, I'm going to guess. But yeah, another great album. Now, from what I know, that picture would have probably been taken in his house in Sittinghearst, down in London, where he actually recorded Imagine. Again, another great album, another, you know, solo work. Again, sleeve, something like that. It's got lyrics on it, both sides. This is actually, obviously it's got the apple on it. Well, John Lennon on that side. There's John Lennon. Yeah, John Lennon. And then yeah, for apple on the other side. Obviously on a black vinyl. Again, great songs on there. Do love this one. Now, obviously, I know with a lot of people, you say anything about Beatles, stuff like that, like, sold, but you like, we like. The only downfall is the sleeve is quite split down there, which is a bit gutting, but that's the whole idea of actually keeping it in the plastic sleeves. So yeah, that's another great one. Do quite enjoy listening to it. I haven't listened to it for a little while, but again, great songs on there. I've never, like I say, I don't buy vinyls just for the sake of them because they've got a coloured vinyl, you know, different like colours on them. I've never really done that. I'll only buy stuff what I know I'm going to listen to, which is what I've always done. We are getting nearer to the end. The last couple. Yeah, I have got them in the bag for now. I've got a vinyl case coming. So again, going back onto another band. Well, a band I've already mentioned. Iron Maiden again, Number of the Beast. Do quite like the artwork of these. Again, great songs on there. Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Hallowed by Thy Name. Again, I've got this in the, I think I've got this in the 240. I might not have done. I think I just bought this one as it was. Again, it's quite a thick, heavy vinyl that. So it's got the lyrics on that side, and then basically like the pictures, the negatives, what you'd get from years ago with old cameras. Again, quite a heavy vinyl. It's got that on that side, and then Eddie on the other side. So obviously, if you're not too sure who Eddie is, he is basically, I suppose you could say, the ambassador for Iron Maiden. Again, another band that I do quite, obviously, like I've mentioned, I do really enjoy. Love listening to their music. Just something about, just the songs all together, classic 80s rock. Even some of the later stuff what they've done. Great albums, just great band, and yeah, love them. Last but not least, I do quite enjoy this one. I actually discovered this singer a few years ago off one of his songs. Go straight into it. Ben Howard, Every Kingdom, great album. Some great songs in there. The Wolves, Only Love, The Fear, Keep Your Head Up, Black Flies. Now, Black Flies was actually the first song I heard by Ben Howard. Discovered him a few years ago. Now, this is like a cardboard, papery kind of case to it. So I discovered him a few years ago. Heard Black Flies. I was like, it's a lot like acoustic folk, I suppose, in a way, but it's not. Now, that's the vinyl, just black vinyl, with Ireland written on it. So that's the sleeve, just a little on that side. But yeah, again, it's done some great stuff. Like I said, discovered him a few years ago, and just is one of them like singers you can listen to and chill out. It's smooth, but great stuff. But yeah, that's basically my vinyl collection in a minute. It is growing. Obviously, I've seen a lot of channels on YouTube recently that sort of got me into the idea of doing videos on my vinyls. It's just the only downfall is I can't play the vinyls on YouTube because of copyright, but you know, at least I can do is share them. I will do stuff like unboxing videos as well when I get new vinyls. Now, obviously, as I said, big fan of the Beatles. I do have quite a big selection of Beatles memorabilia. So if that's something you might be interested in seeing in a separate video, do leave a comment below. But if you enjoyed the video, please do like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I might have a subscriber soon, or two, maybe 100, who knows. And yeah, then I'll see you on the next video, coming at you with maybe some new vinyls, or I could, if you want to, I could even talk about a certain vinyl that I've got. Leave comments below if you'd be interested, or about my Beatles collection, anything like that, any ideas. But if not, I will see you on the next one, and talk a bit more about vinyl. So this is the Final Beat, which I actually got the idea from the Maisie Beat. Why not? So yeah, this is the channel, the Vinyl Beat, and keep the vinyl beat going, keep that music coming, keep them alive, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. So yeah, get liking, comment and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. So cheers for watching, see you later.